If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 209 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with a game away from home against Derby County. We're obviously in fantastic form that's been good enough to see us stay top of the table and pull a margin to Chelsea in second, regardless of their game in hand. So we've got 8 BPL games to go, one of them here away from home against the Rams. We'll have to see how we get on. Obviously, they're only in the league thanks to beating us on the last day last season. So they owe us something here, so maybe we could kind of ask for a favour. You owe us something, Derby. Let me win this one, and we'll maybe be able to win the Barclays Premier League title this season. Not that I'm going to pay any officials or bribe any players. That's not the way that we roll. Not that you could do that in FIFA anyway, but still, Yusuf Palsson and Kwesi Appiah start up top alongside each other for this one. Obviously, Strahil, Georgiev and Berahino were instrumental in turning around the game against PSG yesterday in the first. It may have even been earlier today. I'm not sure when you'll have seen it in the last episode, in getting us back in front for the Champions League quarter-finals. And we're in a good position in that leg, in that tie, and we're in a good position in the league. We had that first chance to Kwesi there, not able to take the lead, but powerful header at the back from the defender, gets it to Kwesi again here, just going to loft it over the top to Powles and brings it down well and can't score. Cleared away by the defenders, good save by the goalkeeper, but we will continue to try and get ourselves in front if we can. But first things first, we need to defend for the first time in the game. Just takes it too easily around Baraki. Stands the ball up into the box. They hit the bar with the header, thanks to Connor Wickham, but we do get it away. Right then, counter-attack time. Yusuf Palsson into Kwesi Appiah. Both of them are absolutely rapid. We'll ride that challenge. Space on the far side for Sadio Mane. He's not exactly the slowest player you've ever seen either. Into Yusuf Palsson, across to Kwesi Appiah. Can he get past the 2 or 3 defenders in front of him? No need to. Play it off to Timo Werner on the left-hand side. Cuts back inside onto his favoured right foot. Great cross. Stands it up beautifully for Palsson, and a gorgeous lofted header into the back of the net. 1-0 Cambridge after 19 minutes. Half an hour on the clock though when Derby are coming forward again, but really loose with possession. Is there another counter-attack on the way? Yusuf Palsson picks it up again, goes for a little bit of a run. Again, turns inside this time rather than using Timo Werner. Across to Kwesi. Kwesi races around the outside the defender, slots it in the bottom corner. Cambridge United 2, Derby County 0. This one definitely isn't going the same way as this fixture last season. We didn't even have to bribe any players to get this 2-0 result so far. Saido Berahino again on the counter-attack. We mentioned how fast all of our players are in the last episode. Berahino turns his side. A little bit lucky to get the ball still with him after the turn on the defender, but very unlucky, or perhaps not even unlucky. Just really bad finish from Saido Berahino. Can't find the bottom corner, but we're still in the attack. Ball cleared away though with that header. Baraki picks it up. Going to look for the ball across to James Ward-Prowse. Eventually it reaches him. Could do with the driven pass he got on FIFA 16 with that particular pass. Strange save by the goalkeeper. Really strong arm though, so fair play, but he wasn't able to, he was able to keep us out there, but he wasn't able to keep us out for the full game. Obviously we were already 2-0 up by that point, and that was how that game was going to finish. So 3 points in the league. Can we get ourselves through in the Champions League to this semi-finals as well? We dispatched Valencia in the round of 16. Thanks to a 4-3 scoreline in the first leg and a 2-2 draw in the second. We got a 3-2 scoreline in the first leg here. CSKA Moscow are 1-0 up against Arsenal after their first leg, and Barca and Bayern still lead their ties. They are yet to play their second legs as well. We obviously played later than them in the first week, and now we played before them in the second week. That's just how things work with the Champions League. Berahino and Georgiev starting up top again against PSG. Obviously, Georgiev got a brace in the last 5 minutes of the first leg to give us that 3-2 victory, and Berahino picked up the other. They're starting the same front three as they did previously though. Eduardo Vargas, Lucas on the right and Neymar on the left. Hopefully not going to give Neymar the opportunity to score from a penalty again today the same way that he did in the first leg. Obviously we conceded 2 in the first game, so we know that they can score against us, as we did with Valencia previously when they scored 3 against us in the first leg. They're actually going to have the first chance here at the base of the post. Then he's going to hit or almost hit the post again. Good reaction saved by De Gea, but luckily for me, even if it had gone in at the second attempt, he was offside Pastore there when the ball broke back to him. But Neymar whips the ball in here. Vargas can't win the initial header. It drops to Pastore. His shot is well saved by David De Gea though, and eventually Jetro Willems will get it away. So we're living dangerously so far, but obviously, again, as was the case with the previous round of fixtures, we are quite comfortable when it comes to the overall shape of things. Obviously, as was the case with the Valencia game, the away side here, PSG, need a 2-goal winning margin, or they need to score at least 3, and hope that they win by 1 goal to go to extra time, or score 4 or more to go through on away goals if overall after 90 minutes or after 180 minutes we are level on aggregate. But we are currently 4-2 up on aggregate when we unfortunately give away another penalty. Pastore this time is the man fouled. Not quite as clear cut as the one in the first leg, but Plains just sticks a toe in there. He does catch Pastore. The Argentinian goes down, or Argentine goes down, and Neymar has the chance again from the penalty spot, and he takes it for the second game in a row. So back to level terms on the night. We are still though 4-3 up on aggregate. We were able to come back and get ourselves in front from a losing position in the previous game. We'll see if we can get ourselves back in front from a drawing position here. Can't quite win that initial header, but it drops to Ivaz here. He's going to try and find a teammate. There's Adarabioyo. Nice turn. Not the fastest of turns, but still a nice turn. Shame, though, he couldn't find the back of the net. The shot rising all the way over the top of the bar. Still not done with the first half, though. We'll have ourselves another chance before the referee blows his whistle. Keesner coming down the left-hand side. Turns inside the defender quite nicely. Driving inside. Decides to turn back onto his left foot again. And then turn inside again. Keesner could score an amazing goal, but Sirigu just get something on it to tip it onto the bar and away for a corner, which unfortunately nothing came from, and that means we're into the second half. Eduardo Vargas picked off though by Matteo Masaccio. Counter-attack time, moving it about very, very quickly here. They can't cope, the PSG midfield and backline. Georgiev turns inside, lofts it up to Ivas, obviously going to try and get it onto his left foot so we can lay it onto Georgiev's left foot so we can get ourselves a 2-1 lead with 20 minutes to go. 2-1 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. We are in the driving seat with less than 15 minutes to go now. Ivaz again is going to look for Strihel. Georgiev obviously on his left foot. Defender is going to stand me up, so I turn it inside across to Pione. Sisto, so much space, he's never going to miss from there. 3-1 on the night, 6-3 on aggregate. PSG look like they're going out. We pick the ball off them again here as they try and commit bodies forward. So much time and space. Berahino is always going to win the foot race against David Luiz. Going to try and turn inside him if we possibly can. We have done. Berahino puts some gloss on the tie, lays it back to Ivaz, hits the post and they clear it. We aren't able to make it 4-1 despite the fact that Adarabioyo has another bite of the cherry. But 3-1 on the night, 6-3 on aggregate. Champions League semi-finals, boys. Thank you very much. I'm not sure who we're going to be playing, though. It's either going to be maybe Barca or Chelsea. Don't know what's going to happen there. You presume Bayern are going to get through. Arsenal turn round the first leg deficit in their tie. So Cambridge United and Arsenal are through to the Champions League final, or Champions League semis, sorry, as well as one of Bayern, probably Chelsea or Barca, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. David De Gea, as you can see, has grown one since coming in January. If you want to have a look at anybody's stats in closer detail, as is always the case with squad reports, then feel free to pause the video at any particular point and you'll be able to have a closer look at someone's stats in detail. Tony Kroos up 1 to 89 still. Pausen up 3 this season to 85. Georgiev up 3 to 83. I'm not sure why he's unhappy. I think he feels like he's underpaid, so I may just have to offer him an extra little bit of money to hopefully keep him happy and make sure he wants to stay at the club. But he's not going to get the chance to leave anyway because this is the last season we're doing. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series and this season, more to the point, with the fact that we're competing at the top end of the BPL and at the top end of the Champions League as well in the latter stages. If you enjoyed this episode, drop it a like rating, subscribe if you haven't already, check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. There's been a lot of this series and a lot of the Barcelona series uploaded as well over the past couple of days, and that will continue to be the case up until Wednesday/Thursday when the FIFA 16 early access comes out, when we'll start having FIFA 16 content. So that's going to be all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We are now at 7 points clear at the top of the BPL table, although Chelsea still have that game in hand and can close the gap to 4, but we look like we are definitely the favourites now to win the BPL, and who knows what's going to happen in the Champions League. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.